behind closed doors. I'm a fool for your loves.
First and foremost, I would like to extend a big thanks and special shout out to Grand Canyon Incorporated Mitsubishi Iloilo for giving me this opportunity to feature their 2023 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS. And also, I would like to extend a big thanks and special shout out to Mr. John Andrupo, the president of Grand Canyon Incorporated, and Ma'am Christine Marañon, Ma'am, maraming salamat, the marketing manager of Grand Canyon Incorporated and the Daily Drive. For more inquiries, head down to their leadership, or you may contact them by the contact details via in the description box below. So, let's begin of our review. So here's the key fob. Let's go ahead and get started. You have welcome lights as you unlock the car.
The facelifted Mirage G4 GLS is equipped with a Mitsubishi's smart keyless entry system as standard. With the key fob inyo, you can able to lock and unlock the vehicle by pressing the black button found at the driver's side door.
To start the facelifted Mitsubishi Mirage G4, make sure that the key fob is inside the vehicle. Put your foot on the brake and hit this engine start-stop button to fire up the engine.
The steering operation of the Mirage G4 is an electrically power assist function with a rack and pinion type. For the GLS variant, it's all made up with a 3-spoke leather wrap steering wheel with sport grips at 10 and 2, gloss black finish at the inner bottom half, and mounted controls which can be found at the left spoke of the steering wheel. There are 2 transmission options for the facelifted Mirage G4 in the Philippines, whether a 5-speed manual or a continuously variable transmission, or CVT in short. As a matter of fact, CVT can increase fuel efficiency over to a regular automatic transmission because CVT has only a limitless amount of gear ratios, resulting into a smoother ride and an unnoticeable change. This one is featured with an engine braking mode wherein it requires a higher amount of engine braking. A reverse camera with guidance lines is standard for the Mirage G4 GLS. There's only one engine option for the facelifted 2023 Mirage G4 in the Philippines, and that is the 3A92 1.2-liter dual overhead cams, 12 valves, and a naturally aspirated inline 3-cylinder gasoline engine with multi-point fuel injection and MyVec technology. It produces 76 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 100 Nm of torque at 4,000 RPM. Fuel tank size is 42 liters with emission rating of Euro 4. Transmission-wise, a 5-speed manual or a CVT can be paired to this car's engine, and the drivetrain of the Mirage G4 is a front-wheel drive vehicle. 0 to 100 km per hour time for this car takes 12.8 seconds with a top speed of 170 km per hour. Carbon dioxide emission is at 100 grams per kilometer. For the fuel economy, the Mirage G4 makes the top of the game because it only achieves at around 22.8 km per liter, and in a nutshell, this might be one of the highest fuel economy rating amongst all the competitions out there. Now, I know why many of us mostly wanted to buy a Mirage G4 for their day-to-day use, whether in school, work, or anything else. Amazing! Now let's talk about what's going on here. The Mirage G4. Little did I know that the car is what you call the Filipinos' all-time favorite, which a lot of buyers are dying into this car because it is small, easy to drive, economical, and budget-friendly. All of these are the perks on why the Mirage G4 is popular in the market when it comes to market sales, as well as its demands since it was first launched in 2013 here in the country. Speaking of 10 years, the previous design of the Mirage G4 is now getting old until they introduced a facelift version in August of 2021 with some many improvements including the front face and all. Here's the question: does the Mirage G4 maintain its popularity against all the competitions including the Toyota Vios? Let's find out. Currently, the facelift Mirage G4 in the Philippines has offered with 5 different variants, and one of my favorite variant of the Mirage G4 that I fell in love with since day one is the GLS, and this is what we feature in today's video. Well, if we're going to talk about the exterior, there's not much more or less about it. Still, the design is totally the same as the previous model with its nice and quirky design with a sporty touch that many of you fell in love with it, and so far, nothing looks different except the front face itself. The facelift Mirage G4 now gets a Mitsubishi's new traditional dynamic shield design language, which you found in the current Mitsubishi models like the Expander, the Strada or the Triton, and the Montero Sport or Pajero Sport, and the grille itself is finished in gloss black trim with chrome highlights. Standard lighting features for the facelift Mirage G4 are halogen reflector headlights, halogen fog lights, and bulb type rear lights, which in my opinion, it is quite acceptable for this budget-friendly car. Unlike the current Vios, however, gets LEDs from the headlights and all. Speaking of LEDs, a high mount stoplight has fitted with LED, as well as turning signal indicators located on the body-colored side mirrors, which are LED too, and these features are standard as well. Other than that, you get body-colored door handles, and this car is now equipped with a rear reflectors located at the rear bumper. Again, nothing more and nothing less about the overall design of the Mirage G4, and combined with its size, maybe you would agree that the Mirage G4 is the car that fits for all ages, whether mapabata man or matanda ay bagay na bagay dito sa maliit na sasakyan na to. Kahit ako nga ay gustong-gusto kong bilhin, char. Ay, nako. Anyway, if you talk about its cabin, everything is still the same, but in this facelift model, the interior now receives a black color scheme, as well as other improvements including the infotainment system, the instrument cluster, etc. Space-wise, nothing goes different. Still, it gets a good ample amount of room to stay nice and cozy inside. Somehow, come to think of it, the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 is still the #1 budget-friendly sedan, which is Japanese-made, reliable, durable, and value for money, and I'm pretty sure many of you will dive into it. Before you buy any top-of-the-line subcompact sedans in the market like the Toyota Vios 1.5G or the Honda City 1.5 RS, why don't you try to see and feel the new Mitsubishi Mirage G4, and sigurado ako na hindi kayo masisisi dito because it is proven that this is one of the most economical car with its low cost value aside from its nice quirky design and a small size coming from a reliable brand Mitsubishi, and we are all glad that this car is locally made in the Philippines. From there, everyone should be proud of. The facelifted Mirage G4 gets a new and improved 15-inch silver-painted alloy rims which are wrapped in Yokohama Blue Earth tires that measures 185/55 R15. Brakes are ventilated discs in front and leading trailing drums for the rear. For the suspension setup, the front gets McPherson struts with coil springs and stabilizers, and torsion beams for the rear.
Speaker, bottle holder, and a storage. Window lock, window controls. All 4 windows in this car are powered, while the driver's side window gets a fully automatic function in both directions. Mirror controls, some storage, bonnet release lever, boot release, fuel door release. The driver's seat of this Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS gets a fully manual adjustments. Got your seat back, height adjuster, and down there is your seat sliding position. You have the same set of adjustments as found on the driver's side. However, it loses out on a height adjuster. Alright, so let's see how this engine sounds. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed.
The facelifted Mirage G4 GLS is equipped with a 7-inch touchscreen audio system head unit with different sets of media connectivity settings, including an Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and 4 speakers for the sound system.
I might say that the stock sound system of the facelifted Mitsubishi Mirage G4 works absolutely not bad. It's really nice. A single cup holder, hand operated parking brake as I showed you earlier on, two cup holders, USB port, storage, 12-volt power outlet that has a maximum of 120 watts of power, single zone automatic climate control system with all of the controls located right here. It is quite simple to use. Fan speed control to the right, temperature control to the left, air conditioning, front and rear defrost, automatic, different modes, recirculation, off button. Right now we are at the infotainment system of the facelifted Mitsubishi Mirage G4, and actually the stock head unit of this G4 is already updated compared to the previous one. Right now it has physical buttons which is located on the left side, but for now let's focus on this infotainment system of this car. Currently you are in a home menu. Now on your home menu you got your FM, AM and your Bluetooth setup. Let's go first with the Bluetooth setup. Now on your Bluetooth setup you got your song duration, song title information, artist, album, different media sources, seek tracks, play and pause, search, go to your Bluetooth device, to pair devices. Now this is your Matic. Ito yung kanyang setup or your settings menu. On your settings menu, got your Bluetooth, sounds. You can adjust the sounds by the balance, fader, bass, mid, and so on and so forth. Your beep, language, display, key light, date and time, and all kinds of stuff. Phone, here's your dial pad. Go to your lists of your call history, contacts, and so on and so forth. And lastly, here is your setup, which I showed you recently. And on a jolly note, very simple. That's pretty much it on this infotainment system of the facelifted new Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS. These corresponding buttons are your home button, telephone menu, your go back button, brightness adjuster, volume power knob, door and vents in the middle, hazard switch, this button right here that goes to your multi-information display. This one doubles up as your adjustment to your interior brightness. Your light and indicator controls. And your wiper controls. Now on the steering wheel, the only controls that you could get in this car is your audio controls, like your volume button, seat track, mode button, voice recognition system, and these are your on-hook and off buttons for your Bluetooth telephone menu. Now the steering wheel on this car gets a manual tilt only. You adjust it using this lever right here. No grip handle for the driver's side. Driver's side sun visor with a vanity mirror. Front cabin light. And a manual dimming rear view mirror. Front passenger side sun visor with a vanity mirror. As what you have found on the driver's side. You also have grip handle on the ceiling for the front passenger side as well. Storage, and underneath you have a decent size amount of glove box. All right. So that is it of our startup. We can put this vehicle off and continue with the rest of our review. Speaker, window control.
Alright, so let's talk about how spacious this Mitsubishi Mirage G4 could get even in the car of its size. As what I have observed as a 5'9" tall person, the space inside is actually roomy back here. I have a good amount of legroom, whereas the headroom, I think it's okay for me even though the space is quite small. Therefore, the rear seats of the car is nice and comfy thanks to its nicely padded fabric seats. There's only one storage pocket found at the front passenger side seat back, and right in the middle, as I showed you before, is a bottle holder that it may be considered as a cup holder. On both sides for the rear, located at the ceiling, are grip handles. Last but not the least, this car gets a center armrest with 2 cup holders. There are 3 ways on how to open the boot door of the Mirage G4. The first way is via the lever inside the cabin that I showed you before, the second way is via the button on your key fob, and the third and final way is the black button located at the right side portion of the number plate. Boot space of the Mirage G4 measures 450 liters. Unfortunately, this couldn't get a 60-40 folding seats, but there's a spare tire with a toolkit which are found underneath at the boot floor. For safety elements, the Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS are provided by 2 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, emergency stop signal, ELR seatbelts in all seats, Isofix child seats and tether anchors for the rear seats, and immobilizer. This car is equipped with Mitsubishi's reinforced impact safety evolution body structure.
Thank you for tuning in of the startup and a full in-depth tour review of the 2023 Mitsubishi Mirage G4 GLS. I hope you like this video, and if you do, make sure hit thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're subscribed to my channel, please hit the notification bell button to get notified for my latest updates. And don't forget, follow all of my social media platforms. As always, I'll see you next time for more latest videos on YouTube. God bless you, more power, I love you all, and mabuhay!
Makikita mo ako sa kalsada with the homies. Kulang kami kasi yung